will remain in conduction state. But here what happens that there is a short duration of time in which both D1 and D2 conducts, and that is called the commutation overlap. And the impact of this commutation overlap will be that the output average voltage decreases. The average output voltage decreases. So that is the impact of the source inductance. So if you look at the waveform, it will be more clear to you that say we look at this from here. When this is diode current D2, this is diode current D2, and we look at this interval. We look at this interval, okay, and then I will explain you this part. And so forget about this part for now. Look at this part. What happens that my D2 is conducting. D2 is conducting, and D1 is, so D2 is on, D1 is off. That means the current is flowing through the freewheeling diode. Now, at 2 pi, the source will be plus here and minus here now. Okay, this is the new cycle. This is the new cycle. So in the new cycle, what will happen that the diode will be turned on. The diode will be turned on because of the plus and minus. So when the diode is turned on, immediately the diode 2 should be off, ideally, but it does not off immediately, because the current does not go to 0 here, but the current slowly falls. Current slowly falls like this. Current slowly falls. So while current slowly falls, that means the diode D2 is still conducting, while D1 is on also in this period, because you supply plus here, so it on, but the current rises slowly in the diode D1. So current rises slowly while the current falls slowly in D2, and current rises slowly in D1. So this overlap period where both D1 and D2 is on, this is called the commutation overlap period, and we mark it by U. Yeah, you see, when D2 is on, the output voltage will be 0. The output voltage will be 0. Okay, and that's why you see here when D2 is on, from this period to this period, your output is 0. Also, D2 is on from here to here, so the still output voltage will be 0. Okay, and when the D2 is off, and D2 is off here, and D1 is on, then the full source voltage will come. Full source voltage will come across the load. Of course, there is some voltage drop in the inductor. Okay, but this will be the output voltage. This will be the output voltage.
So, Doctor,
Clear?
So, Doctor, at this moment when D2 is on and D1 is also on, the whole voltage goes through the short one here, and thus
this is short circuit. This is short circuit. So
yes,
this is short circuit. So 0 voltage will appear across
yes,
load. Okay.
Got
Now,
it.
now we will analyze. Now we will analyze the circuit, that how much voltage drop is taking place because of the this problem. Okay. So you see, when this is on and simultaneously this is on, both are simultaneously on. So what will be the voltage across the source inductor? What will be the voltage across the source inductor?
It will be the source voltage.
Yes, it will be the source voltage. Yes. So the voltage across inductor Vs is equal to Ls dis by dt, which is equal to this is equal to the voltage across inductor will be same as the source voltage. It is same as the source voltage. So voltage across inductor is given as Ls dis by dt, and it is equal to Vs. And it is same as the source voltage. Now, in place of dt, I just write d omega t. Okay, when I write d omega t, I have to write omega here also, because I just multiply by omega and I divide by omega. So this Vs is equal to omega Ls dis by d omega t. This is the expression. And from here, I can get the expression for the current. So the current will be 1 upon omega Ls integral from 0 to omega t Vls d omega t plus the initial condition. Initial condition is 0. So 0 to omega t Vm sin omega t d omega t, because this is the voltage across inductor. Voltage across inductor is the nothing but the source voltage, which is Vm sin omega t. So this gives you this expression. This is the expression for the source current Vm over omega Ls 1 minus omega t. This is the source current. Now, what is the current through the D2, diode D2? So current through diode D2, if you apply KCL here, then this is your source current, this is the diode current, and this is the load current. So you can write the diode current as the load current minus the source current. Load current is IL, and the source current, we just obtained the expression here. This is the source current. Okay. Now this diode current will be 0 at omega t is equal to u. When omega t is equal to u, the current through this diode will be 0. So I put this equation is equal to 0, and from here I get the expression for u. So u is cos inverse 1 minus IL omega Ls by omega Vm. This omega Ls is nothing but the reactance, source reactance. Okay. And this is the load current, this is the source reactance, and this is the peak value of the source voltage. So this is the value of u. That is the commutation overlap. Now, what is the average output voltage? The average output voltage is 1 upon 2 pi. Now, it will be u to pi, not from 0, but it will be from u to pi, because the output voltage is 0 during this period u. So I will integrate from u to pi. So what you get? Vm upon 2 pi minus cos omega, that will give you Vm upon 2 pi 1 plus cos u. Now when you put the value of u, you get this as the expression. So this will be the expression for output voltage. So this is the output voltage. Average output voltage. Average output voltage. Average output voltage. What was the average voltage when there was no overlap period? It was simply Vm by pi. It was simply Vm by pi. So now there is this much is dropped, because this is what? This is the reactance of the source. If you put reactance of source is equal to 0, then this part will be 0. So you will have only Vm by pi. So there is a drop in the output average voltage.